So I've just got out of the truck. I've got the plans in my hand. I got a word from my Father. Frame the foundation. That's the word I've got. I can look at the plans and I can see where the foundation is supposed to go. There's stakes in the ground giving me an indication of where the foundation is supposed to go. But I don't know much about this. So being a good son in 2020, I whip out my iPhone 11 Pro and I go to YouTube and I look up framing a foundation. And I watch a few videos on framing a foundation, and then I get to work. And I'm nailing that foundation away, and I'm happy. The sun is up. Father has spoken to me. It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. And I get about halfway through the foundation, and the clouds come. And it starts to rain. And then we have hail. Not hell, hail. I know with my Texas accent, it's hard to tell the difference when I say hail and hell, but there is a difference. Hail will make you feel like you're in hell if you get stuck out in it. Big ice rocks, and those of you who are in Africa, those of you in other countries, you've never seen hail, big ice rocks. Fall from the sky, doing incredible damage on cars and homes, and in Texas we have a lot of it. In fact, sometimes the church I go to, I feel like it's the church that roofing companies built, because we got all kinds of people involved in roofing homes after storms come. And there's a lot of money in it. And so, you know, it's something we experience in Texas. So I'm out there, I'm framing away, the rain is coming, the lightning is coming, the hail is hitting me in the head, and my friends pull up in their nice car. And they're all protected, and they roll down the window and say, "Hey, come on, get in the car. What are you doing being crazy out there?" And my response to my friends, and your response to your friends, had better be, I have a word from my Father. He said, do this. And I'm going to do this until I get another word from my Father, because that's how I live my life. I don't need to set goals every January 1 because I have a word from my Father. He said to do this. That's my, listen to this word, mandate. I live by mandates, not goals. I have a mandate for accomplishment. He told me to do something specific, and I'm doing those specific things. That action is faith, and that faith pleases Him, and that faith shows that I believe in Him, and it's cyclical, and that faith releases an anointing to do what I'm not capable of doing in my own strength. I'm empowered to walk the walk. Okay? It's kind of like having a Prius, and I, you know, I've never driven a Prius. I really question the efficacy of an electric car because of the mining of lithium batteries. But you know, if you have one, fine. If you don't, fine. But the Prius has a little engine. You know, it has that little rat in there that chases the cheese, you know, and you have to put fossil fuel in the Prius to get the rat to move forward, and it chases the cheese, and it charges the electric batteries so that they can run the electric engine. And so when your batteries run down low, the little rat starts running again based on fossil fuel. And so it's like having a Prius. I am the Prius, and God is the engine and the fossil fuel. He gives me fuel for when I run out of power, when my batteries are drained, when I'm running out of power, when I've reached the end of my capabilities, the engine kicks in and the anointing takes place and drives me further down the road than I could go without Him. And that's what faith looks like. So I'm out there and I'm experiencing God, and I get the frame done. and the sun comes back up, and there's nothing. God's not back. My Father's not back. So I sit on a tree stump. And because I'm a disciplined son, and I want to encourage myself in my relationship with God, while I'm sitting on that stump, I'm going to think about all the good things that my Father's done for me in the past. I'm going to think about the stones that God placed in my life, that I built an altar with, those times that He proved He was real. I'm going to place those stones there, and I'm going to revisit that altar in my mind. Because God's not there. And what if He never comes back? What if I just imagined all this? Well, how do I prevent my heart from being filled with doubt? I'm going to sit there and I'm going to revisit all those times that God manifested Himself in my life and made Himself known, and He was real, and I couldn't doubt Him in those times and in those moments. And as they that wait upon the Lord, they that meditate on His goodness, they that understand His reality, they that rehearse His goodness, they that think about the times that He has made Himself real, those will mount up on wings as eagles and soar to the heavens. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. That's what it means. It means simply meditating on the goodness of God. I'm not just going to sit there and let my thoughts go in any direction they want, because I will lie to myself.
Besides, we told ourselves to listen to this guy. What if we were lying? Why would we lie to ourselves?
I will tell myself I'm abandoned. I will tell myself that God doesn't exist. I will tell myself that I've wasted my time. I will tell myself that I'm being persecuted. I will tell myself that I have a bad father. I will tell myself I'm going to starve to death out here with no burritos. I'll tell myself all this stuff. You know, where's 7-Eleven? I should have gone to the movies. You know, woe is me. You know, I'm a failure. Maybe I did the framing wrong, and so God's going to beat me up when it comes back. I don't know. The way to prevent all that is to rehearse the goodness of God, to rehearse the Father's goodness. And so I'm putting those stones. About the time I've finished all this process of rehearsal, He shows up. And He shows up with a truck full of cement. They start pouring the cement, and then there's another truck, and it has all the wood for the framing, and there's another truck that has all the bricks for the house and the stone for the house, and then a couple of big containers show up, and they have all the electronics and all the washing machines and dryers and all this, the air conditioner and all this stuff, and I am totally clueless. I've got a blueprint, but I've never read it before. I've got all these materials being delivered, the cement's being poured, my father's there, and I'm like, hey, Dad, you know, what do you want me to do next? See, that's the question you always ask the Father. What's next? Not why, what's next, Father? And He says, I want you to build the house. And poof, He's gone. I don't even get a follow-up question. I want you to build, and I'm scratching my head going, how? I'm incapable of building houses. I don't know how to build a house. I didn't go to school. I'm not a general contractor. How am I going to do this? And just about the time discouragement sets in, I look up and I see people headed my direction from all over the world. They're coming. And I'm thinking, why are they coming? And they get closer, and finally they're all there. They're standing there going, you're our brother. We have the same father. And I'm like, well, what are you doing here? Well, He spoke to us, and He sent us into your life to help you build your house. We're here to help you build it. Well, why would you do that? Because he has sent people to build our homes when we needed him most. People who knew him, people who were our brothers, who we didn't know, came to the house that he wanted us to build. And they joined together and they helped us construct our homes. And so I get in there and they're helping me, and we go to town, and a month, 2 months, 3 months later, the house is done. And I'm sitting in a big fat easy chair and I'm watching an 80-inch flat screen, and I'm sipping on my good old Texas sweet tea and just enjoying the blessings of God. I mean, I'm enjoying the blessings of the Father. The Father came through. Isn't that awesome? And all of a sudden, he's there next to me. Dad, I didn't hear you come in. Oh, son, are you enjoying your house? Yeah, Dad, I'm enjoying the house. See the TV? Yeah, you enjoying the iced tea? Yeah, Dad, I'm enjoying the iced tea. Have you had a good time of rest? Yes, Dad, I'm rested. Good, because now it's time to go. Go ye therefore into all the world and take me to the nations. There's a house that you need to go help build. And here's the directions, and here's some tools, and you take the knowledge that I've worked into you through this process, and you take it with you, and you go, and you disciple, you discipline that person, you train them, you teach them, you correct them, you reward them, you help them build their house. Well, what about this house? Oh, it'll be here when you get back. It's always here for you. But the purpose of me building you a house was to prepare you to help others build theirs. And that's God as our perfect Father, driving in his big old white Texas pickup truck with his cowboy boots. And that's what the life of faith looks like. You respond in obedience. You hear the caller call your name. Son, get in the car. Get in the truck. Son, frame out the foundation. Son, build the house. Son, go and help others. Do what I've helped you do, because you're my son and you represent me on the earth. You are my hand extended to the earth, and you are going to go and make disciples from every nation, every tongue, every tribe. Will my sons invade and make disciples?